musicians both from Singapore as well as from overseas. I mean, to begin with, from Singapore, we have Leslie Tan from Tang Quartet, and it will be a very interesting four-string quartet. Instead of your typical violin, viola, and cello, we actually have two erhus and two cellos. So the two cellos, of course, are played by Leslie Tan from the Tang Quartet, and then Tang Yi-san. She's from Hong Kong, but she's now based in Singapore, and she's with the conservatory. And for the two erhu parts, we're actually getting Wong On-yun, who is one of the world's best erhu player, and playing next to him is his son, Sunny Wong, who is from Hong Kong but based in Singapore, and now he's based in Hong Kong again. So it's one of those very, very interesting things that we've been doing, trying to amass performers from around the region. We have a percussionist, Maggie Tong. She's both classically trained and a pop performer. She plays for Sandy Lam, you know, but she also plays in a symphony orchestra as well. And she's coming to Singapore to do this specially. We have two dizi players.
What?
Two dizi, as in flute.
Oh, okay,
dizi players.
I'm monolingual. Yeah, okay.
Okay, one from Hong Kong and one from Taiwan. Okay, the guy from Taiwan, he calls himself Monkey, which is quite interesting, and he's one of the up-and-coming Taiwanese flute players, and he's coming to Singapore for the first time, and it's his first time doing an East-West production in Singapore. And the one coming from Hong Kong is Chu Siu Wai, and he's also a dizi player, and he plays a lot. He's a soloist as well. We have a sheng player from Hong Kong. His name is Lu Si Wan. And we have a Sona player and a Guan player, and his name is Guo Yazhi. He's the one who invented the changeable reed that allows the Sona to change pitch whilst one is playing. And he is now in Berkeley doing a PhD. I mean, it's so international and so exciting. Yeah. And of course, we have Julian, who is a Singaporean, who is also in Berkeley playing, studying music, and he's a brilliant pianist. So, narrator from Malaysia, Ki Tuan Chai, who has just written and published a book, No Bullshit, We're Malaysians. And he's now on a book tour at the moment, yeah. And of course, I mentioned earlier the choreographer and dancer, Wee Chok Yin from Hong Kong, who's choreographed for Andy Lau and danced with Binabash. So we've assembled really a very exciting group of performers to perform for you at the Flight of Jade Band.
It is scarily exciting. You know, I'm very scared, I'm sweating just listening to it. But you see, that is the beauty of festivals. Because that's when you can actually put together performances that you won't normally do in a normal, not repertoire, yeah, but for want of a better word, right? Even for the Esplanade, to put together a program like that, it is actually very risky in many ways. And I think that's what the festival is all about. It is actually taking risks, often with new works, often with something that has been performed before, but you have translated it to a different language, or it's come under a different style completely. That's what a festival does. And I think the challenge for a festival is to have the audience continually support it. And the only way that we can support it, of course, is to attend them. And not to attend with the goal of mind, like myself going, okay, I'm very scared. But it's actually to go to a show and say, okay, today I'm going to open my mind to something new. Today I'm going to open my mind to a kind of music that is actually written by a certain style, but it's performed in a completely different way, you know, and it's just, and in some ways then, that's how you kind of discover things, because after that you realize, I remember that from my life, but that's not around anymore, but that's okay, it's taken on a new form here, which is, I think, the hope that we have for Singaporean art, you know, or art in Singapore rather.
Yeah. And what's exciting actually is that after the Singapore Arts Festival in May, we've been invited to go to Hong Kong's New Vision Festival in November, based on the strength of Mark's writing and the strength of the performance we've assembled. They never even heard a single note that he's written. Wow. So it is quite an honor to be invited to play at the Hong Kong New Vision Arts Festival in November. Super. And there have been inquiries already from other people as well. So okay. I think be the first to catch it in Singapore on the 18th and 19th of March.
May!
18th and 19th of May. 18th of
We'll have to fire you now.
Oh.
Okay, yeah. But you haven't given me your third show yet.
I told you already.
Is that really, man?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, right.
Okay.